Hello, I'm Annette Stanton. Have you ever been through a time where you knew in your career that your expiry date is well and truly over? Yes. And you have a sense that, a sense of I just don't want to be here anymore. This is not fulfilling me. I feel like I'm selling my soul, or I feel like I'm overcompensating to try and prove myself. Yes. It can be pretty exhausting. So, just coming from a conversation that I had recently with a couple of clients actually about the transitions that they're facing. And initially it started off with a calling. There was something deep inside that they knew that they wanted to step into, but they weren't fully clear on what that looked like. They just had a sense. This is not where I'm meant to be. And I remember that when I was a personal trainer, when I had surpassed the physical side of it as a personal trainer, because I knew that there was such a deeper area of my life and my life's work that I wanted to go into, which was more the humanistic side, not just the physical, looking good personal training side. So if you know that there's something that you're sitting on, a calling, then it is important to trust the divine timing of that. Now, what does that mean? So the divine timing is knowing when to stay and when it's time to move on. And then, so there are some people who will build a bridge and there are some people who will jump. Now, there's no right or wrong here. Okay, so for example, let me give you two examples. One of my clients had been working as an accountant in a company for over 15 years. She knew that her expiry date was well and truly over. It was affecting her body. It was affecting her emotions. It was affecting her mind. Well and truly expired. So can you relate to that? Yes. Okay. Yeah, definitely. So she decided that, the more self-care that she did, that the more that she realized how she was selling her soul in her career. Okay. So number one key, self-care, going inwards and listening in and giving yourself some time for yourself helps you to reconnect with your true self and what you would like to do as you step into the future. But it's also connecting with, that sense of this isn't it. So she got to that stage where she knew that there are certain aspects of being an accountant that she really loved, and there were certain aspects that she did not, and really did not fulfill her heart and soul in any way, shape or form. Yet the company that she was working for, that was a prerequisite. She had to do both of those. So I asked her the question around, feeling wise, are they equal in feeling, that balance, the harmonious balance from within? If she stayed and did both. And she said, no, the area that she really didn't enjoy at all had well and truly taken over the areas that she'd enjoyed. So that's when you know you're selling your soul, okay? So, cut a long story short, over time, not very much time, she had decided that it was time to move on. So what she did was she literally jumped ship. This was before then checking in with where she was at financially, checking in with her family, husband, so forth, and whether she would feel safe enough to take, a month at least off. So she had some sort of plan that she would then build a bridge into doing some part-time work in the areas that she enjoyed, so that she could then tune into that calling that she wasn't fully clear on yet. So that's one form of transition. The other one is a health and fitness instructor who knew, and she was feeling like an imposter, feeling very stressed, putting so much pressure on herself that she was promoting health and fitness, and in her classes she was fabulous at what she did. She certainly, gave so much. Okay, but it was exhausting her inside. So she never felt a sense of vitality or energy from within herself, because she was giving it all away. And she, as we worked on her coming back into her body and owning, bringing it back, so 70% was other people's 150%, but she didn't see that. So I had to get her to embody the amount that she was actually giving and how that was draining her energy. She literally was giving her energy away. So the more she started to come back and pull back a little bit, that was enough. 70% was enough. She was able to create a reserve. So as she created a reserve, she then started to connect with her true self. The self that knew that there was an expansion, a creativity, a potential that was opening up in her. And there was an opportunity that she had noticed, about 6 months prior, that was overseas, and she'd noticed it was coming to Australia. And that's when she decided that she would like to grow her business, but in a new way. So she was building a bridge at the same time as setting boundaries, at the same time as really creating a reserve with her own energy and vitality through boundaries and so forth, self-care, yeah? So when going through a change like that and you feel a calling moving forward, you have to listen in to the intuitive intelligence within yourself. You are being guided every step of the way. You're being guided. So whether you're building a bridge, whether you're jumping, it's entirely up to you so that you have some form of foundations underneath you so that you're not jumping out without some form of net. A net being knowing your resources, knowing your reserves and so forth. So for example, the accountant, I said to her, this is not a time of financial growth, because that was what was running her life, financial growth. This is a time, possibly, sure, financial growth can occur because magic can happen. I believe that. But it was a time for her growth, her inner growth, so that she wouldn't take the same person into the next role that she was choosing. So as she was growing and learning about herself, her true self, and then applying and practicing that, you're going to slip every now and again. You're going to go through uncertainty, because when you're stepping into the unknown, it takes courage. It takes courage, and this is why the foundations of your knowing is important. The foundations of your knowing is about, in what way are you looking after yourself and saying yes to you before you say yes to everybody else, which is what also this accountant realised as a mother and, a business leader, looking after everybody first, right? Again, no reserve. Similar situation to the health and fitness instructor, no reserve. If you don't have a reserve within yourself, within yourself, of knowing authentically who you are, what direction you know you're being called, and staying present to those inner nudges, the next steps. And if you're not moving that direction, then you will exhaust your resources from within. You will look out for more. You will look out for more. Yeah. The amount of times that I'm having to pull my clients back in because they're continually looking out and wondering why things aren't changing or growing or expanding. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's in personal life, business life, financial life, health and fitness life, it doesn't matter. Okay? So if that's something you'd like to know more about, please feel free to reach out, ask any questions, and I would love to explore that with you further. Thank you. I'm Annette Stanton. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.